All of these plants on the table right here in these pots are about 40 days old.
In 2015, the marijuana industry in the state of Colorado employed more than 18,000 people. And here's the irony in that. While legalizing pot has created jobs, it's also preventing people from getting them in other industries. According to the Employers Council, legalizing pot use is making it tougher for employers to hire staff. A lot of candidates can't pass a drug test.
Here in Colorado, they absolutely are having trouble staffing jobs.
And not just in Colorado. Last year, Quest Diagnostics, one of the largest commercial U.S. labs, found that nearly half the positive workplace urine tests it processed showed evidence of marijuana use. Not a big surprise, say experts, when you consider that more than half the United States has legalized smoking or eating pot.
All of these states that have programs that have been in place for quite some time, you can't help but have an increase in positivity related to workplace drug testing.
Judge says this new reality forces employees and employers to face a virtual minefield of legal complications across the country and even across the globe. He says he's seen U.S. courts force companies to pay as much as $2 million for violating employee rights through drug testing.
Employers have an overall obligation to provide a safe environment for workers. You're not going to ignore or not test for drugs simply because you can't find enough workers to do the job.
High-risk industries like oil, airlines, and trucking have mandatory testing standards. But Curtis Graves of the Employer Council says some employers are more lenient if safety isn't a key part of the job.
For companies where you're talking about somebody who's, flying a desk all day, doesn't interact with the public outside the workplace, it may not be best to be really zero tolerance on drugs when you can just evaluate the person on their performance.
Jessica Stone, CGTN, Washington.